And then finally, we'll put these pieces on. And this is going to go right to the edge, and this is going to go so that it's 3 in. And those are going to go in with pretty long ones. Let's make sure they've got the right ones. Yep, about that long. So how long are these, you ask? These are 30 millimeters. Again, I like to use washers on these because it makes it look nice. And we'll bolt these into place. There's 8 of them. Yours probably won't go in with your fingers like that just by turning them because yours is going to be new. Fresh printed. Oh, I did sand this right here to make it so it slides better. That's optional because this thing really doesn't rest on it too much, but in case it does. Probably asking, why do I have red, black, and white? Well, that's what colors I had on hand. All right, this is you're gonna have 3 opens, and then that one. Hopefully, I have it in the right spot. I do not. I'll push that in a little bit further until it's in the right spot. So finally, we need to put the switch assembly right here. And those are going to be with 12 millimeter as well, 12 millimeter bolts as well. This one I didn't need to bend, so that's fine. This needs to be the opposite way of this one, because this limiter switch will click on that, and then this side will click on that. So these will then screw in. Now we need the limiter switch. You're going to need a really long one and one that's not so long, about that far. So this really long one is 40 millimeters. You can use whatever size you want. And 20 millimeters. And you're going to get your little guys like this. Now, because of the way I made this, there's not much clearance between this and this hole here. So you have to use the button top for those. And I have a button top right here that I put on. Especially for the long one. Now for the shorter one, you don't really need the button top on there because it's just the way it is. And what we'll want to do is put on a locking nut on here. And 5.5 millimeter. And I have a wrench. Because we're going to need to lock this into place, and I have to lock it in with both sides. And then, hopefully that'll still fit through there. No, it does not. Shame on me. I need to back that out. Voila. Doesn't need to be tight, just so the things are in place. Alright, now that's going to go in there. I'm going to need my 2 millimeter. And that one's going to screw in like so. And then that one, what do I want to use on that? That'll work. Yep. So put the 16 millimeter bolt in, which you use your 2.5 millimeter wrench this time. Aha. And now this one really doesn't have the same issues as the other one, but we do want to get a 10 millimeter for that. Okay. This goes in here, like so. And this is gonna go. Nope, it's gonna go the other way. I screwed this in wrong. The right size. Okay. So there we are. There we have it. There we go. So here's how this thing is going to work. The servo obviously is going to drive the bolt back, screw the bolt. This slider is going to slide back and forth. Doesn't need that much travel, believe it or not, for the scissor lift to go up pretty far. Once this piece here goes far enough in, it's going to click on here, and then that'll send a signal to the pie to stop turning the servo in that direction. And then vice versa, when it goes this way, when this hits here, then it'll send a signal to the pie to say stop turning the servo. And then you can do whatever programming you want to do to make it go back and forth, or go up and down, or create a whatever you want to make it go up and down. I'm going to show you how to do that in Python, I hope. So there we have it. That is step one, the bottom part. Step two is going to be wiring this thing up, making it work with the pie, having it go back and forth successfully and stopping successfully. And then finally, the last step will be attaching the scissors to this and making the actual lift part. All right. See you on the next step.